Alright, it is time to rank another soundtrack, and this time I'm going to be doing Felix the Cat on the NES. Like usual, I'm just doing the stage themes, no boss battle, no intro, ending, or anything like that. Apples to apples, oranges to oranges. So it's just the stage themes. There are 9 worlds, or 9 rounds as they're called, in this game, and each one has a theme, although round 6 and 7 share a theme, and the song for round 9 also has a couple of other additional stages in there too. So there's a little bit of mix and match, but they're mostly, for the most part, confined to an individual round. There are 8 different songs altogether. I'll annotate which songs have those extra levels, but for the most part, it's a particular round has a particular song. Anyway, I'll preface this like I always do, saying the list is just strictly my opinion. Doesn't matter any more or less than yours, so feel free to share yours. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comments. I encourage discussion and debate. So without any further ado, let's get on with the list. Number 8, round 4. There's just too much going on in this one. It has a nice chord progression, but I feel like they dropped the ball with the note patterns. The rhythm section is at least pretty cool, with some groovy bass licks and nice drum breaks, but overall it's Number 7, round 8. I don't know what it is about this. It's probably the constant marching beat that plays in the background along with the simple riffs, but to me this sounds like a menu music theme, like while you're scrolling through options or something. It's an okay song, but it never really gets off the ground. It just kind of stays in first gear, like a never-ending intro or something. Number 6, round 5. Pretty plain and generic, but honestly, it's a nice change of pace, and it's perfectly placed right in the middle of the soundtrack and directly after round 4's chaotic barrage of notes. It's just what the doctor ordered, even if it's an otherwise unremarkable song. Number 5, round 9. The obligatory spooky sounding song, although it doubles as the final round's theme, as well as a couple levels in round 4 and 6 respectively. It sounds good early on with the ominous tones with scattered drum fills, and then a pulsing bass comes in. But then once the beat drops in to match the bass, it sounds a little on the cheesy side. The end section is a cool way to wrap it all up, though, with a chaotic ending, which balances the song out nicely. Number 4, round 6 and 7. Seems like a simple, predictable little riff at first, but when you listen, you'll notice the notes have their moments here and there of just going against the grain and not doing what you expect them to do. It never goes way off into left field. It just goes outside the lines just enough. It's a cool little way of being deceptive, and I enjoy imperfections like that. It makes the whole thing sound human and not processed, which is a nice touch on something that actually is processed. And it's got these weird, quirky background noises, which is a nice touch. Number 3, round 2. Odd sounding instrumentation on this one. There's lots of interestingly placed notes that just sound weird on top of each other. But it works, even though it sounds like it wants to step on its own toes and just be too much happening all at once, kind of like in round 4, but it never really does get to that point. You gotta hand it to good production and mixing for that. Number 2, round 1. Accessible and inviting are ways to describe this song, which makes sense for an opener. It just has one of those easygoing, this is the first stage kind of vibes. It doesn't have any standout moments, it's just solid all the way throughout, although there is a triumphant climax in the refrain as it reaches the end of the loop. And number 1, round 3. The main riff in the verse is catchy as hell, really predictable and simple refrain when it comes to the lead, but there's a lot going on in the background. It's busy as hell, much like a lot of the soundtrack actually. It really could have taken a step back when it comes to this and let the song breathe a bit, but it is what it is, and I think it's good for exactly what it is. The end of the loop has a really cool little drum fill to segue back into the verse, too. I love shit like that. So that's it for this soundtrack. Let's have a quick recap of the list. Number 8, round 4. Number 7, round 8. Number 6, round 5. Number 5, round 9. Number 4, round 6 and 7. Number 3, round 2. Number 2, round 1. And number 1, round 3. So that's it for this list. That's it for the soundtrack. What are your thoughts and comments? What did you agree or disagree with? What is your own list or thoughts of the songs individually? That's it for this ranking. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.